Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to another one of these fantastic TV schedule videos, where Spencer R goes through these schedules on his big screen TV. In this video, he will be going through Boomerang, Cartoon Network, and the channel with game shows. So, get ready to see all those frightening shows he will be showing off. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's start things off with Boomerang for weekdays and weekends. And I'll show you the schedule, obviously, and I'll give you my thoughts. So let's do it. So starting off at 1 a.m., we have Tom and Jerry for an hour, the Looney Tunes for 2 hours, A Pup Named Scooby-Doo for an hour, Baby Looney Tunes for an hour, the Flintstone Kids, the Flintstones for an hour, the Jetsons for half an hour, Yogi Bear for half an hour, Tom and Jerry show for an hour, the Looney Tunes show for an hour, and look at this, we get Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue, which, much like other people and me too, we have never ever seen the show air on actual TV. I mean, it has aired on this channel called Kids WB, but it hasn't aired on Boomerang nor Cartoon Network. And judging by the date, 2006. Yeah, so I'd say it belongs to the channel, even though much like What's New Scooby-Doo, it has that new feel to it. Like the new animation and stuff. But, hey, it's over 18 years old at this point, so I'd say it belongs to the channel. Next we get Scooby-Doo or Are You, the Scooby-Doo Show, the Scooby and Scrappy and Yabba-Doo Show, the new Scooby-Doo movies, What's New Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes for only an hour. Then we get the Flintstones for an hour and a half, the Jetsons for an hour and a half, the Scooby-Doo Show again, Scooby-Doo or Are You again, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, Scooby-Doo movie, and Jellystone for filler. And then, on Saturday mornings, Friday nights only, we get Johnny Quest and Thundar the Barbarian, then an hour of Looney Tunes. Now, before I go to the weekend schedule, I must say, look, the robot that works for Boomerang, I am glad you're keeping Johnny Quest and Thundar the Barbarian, but if you're going to be showing it on this day only, why can't you replace this hour of Looney Tunes with an extra half hour of these shows each? Like, just showing them for half an hour each is just weird. So it's only going to be shown, so it's only showing for one time on just one half hour a week, once a week for both of these shows. And if you're going to do this, why can't you do this every day? Like, come on. Looney Tunes is a good show. It belongs to the channel, but we don't need this much. Also, if you guys haven't been paying attention, they don't show much Looney Tunes hours on weekdays. Weekends, they don't do that. Let me show you what they have on weekends. So every single weekend, they're doing a marathon of a Scooby-Doo show. So this Saturday, they're doing Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. And then Sunday, trying to go as fast as I could here, they're doing Scooby-Doo and Guess Who for a whole day. Now, this is cool and all, a nice way to take a break from Looney Tunes shows, but this weekend I don't approve because they're showing new shows. But the next weekend is better. They have What's New Scooby-Doo for all day Saturday, and they have A Pup Named Scooby-Doo all day Sunday, which marks the first time they aired A Pup Named Scooby-Doo on a weekend since, I want to say 2022, 2021, around that time. But that's cool. Next weekend I say is better because it's 24 whole hours of classics. Now, I must actually say something else about Boomerang, but I think I should get some things out of the way first. So let's go back to the beginning. So if you guys haven't been paying attention already, like I've stated with Looney Tunes before, they don't show it as much. You want to know how many hours they have? Let's count them up. So we get 2 hours here, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So it's basically 3 hours of classic Looney Tunes, 1 hour of Baby Looney Tunes, and 1 hour of the Looney Tunes show. And I'd say that's good enough right there. That's a good 5 hours. Why can't they do this every time? Like, again, we love Looney Tunes, but they don't deserve to air so much on this channel. It's kind of ridiculous. And yes, there's a lot of Scooby-Doo, but that makes sense. At least most of these shows are classics. Something I actually been wanting them to do. Oh, if you guys haven't paid attention here, they actually replaced the Scooby and Scrappy and Yabba-Doo show with the Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo show, which is nice. It's a nice change in strategy, and it still belongs to the channel. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. I didn't forget. Unfortunately, Popeye the Sailor is gone. And I must say, that is a humongous disappointment. Because remember how back in, February of 2023? They've been showing it nonstop. So, from that point, all the way up until this month of 2024, they actually took it off now. Now, my thoughts on that, it is sad, but I think the show did need a little break. But I can't imagine the OG Popeye's reaction to a show being taken off. He'd be like, "Whoa! Boomerang took off my show, huh? I'm gonna pay you back, Boomerang. I'm gonna bring my spinach and I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, huh?" Yeah. Oh my god. But I'm sure Popeye will come back next month. Like, I'm sure they're not gonna keep it off forever. Now, I'm not gonna say how I would improve on this schedule. So I would say it looks good. It looks fine. There's a lot of classics. Way too much Scooby-Doo, but I understand. Scoobtober. But I still don't really approve of this. They could have replaced an hour of Looney Tunes just for this one day if they wanted to, and then just put in more half hours of these shows. Because again, this is the only day they're on, and I don't really approve of that. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to Cartoon Network. And yes, part of the schedule has actually confirmed, but I'm not really, once I'm done with this video here, I'm not going to be done with the channel altogether, so there's more things I wouldn't mind looking at. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they got here. Now, for the weekend schedule, I will tell you how it would improve, because it's not really linked with Scoobtober all that much. Although there is a show that is on there that is on weekends too, or at least on Saturday, but I'll show you here. So let's start off with weekdays for Cartoon Network. We get an hour of regular show, half an hour of Tiny Toons, Looney Tunes show would be here. Then we get Barney's World. Yeah, I did not want to show you this early, but they're having shorts of Barney's World on Cartoonito. Great. They had to reboot another one of our favorite old shows. And I say that for Barney, even though I don't really like Barney, like, as I've stated a few times already. The earlier seasons with Bob West are cool, but the later seasons, starting off with season 3, even though that's still a part of the classic era in a way, I'm not a fan of. I'm more of kind of a fan of the episodes when they were in that preschool thing, and then they were like learning their numbers and stuff, like, numbers this, numbers that. Yeah, but the later episodes when they had him go outside and go into like a new apartment building that's like Barney's apartment or something, or some kids, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of those. But this, I mean, granted, they did get rid of that terrible, ugly Barney design, but as said by someone who was on TikTok, he says he looks like a frickin' Digimon. In which, yeah, he kind of does, judging by his fist in the air trying to be like Mario. Yeah, he's not wrong. But yeah, judging by how that show's looking, of course I'm not going to watch. Much like with Thomas and Friends All Engines Go, I'm just going to keep away from the show. I'm going to steer clear of it. Anyways, moving on, we get Bugs Bunny Builders, Jessica's Big Little World, and I know it's not going to be in this video, but they're actually doing like a rotation of this. Something that I wish they would do for Checker Past as well, but I guess it's cool, but come on, 3 shows a week? That's ridiculous. After that, we get Gumball. Then the Looney Tunes Show. Tom and Jerry APAC shorts. Alright. Then the Tom and Jerry Show, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. And then on Friday, we get a Scooby-Doo movie, which is dope. And then this Friday, as you can see, they're showing a Teen Titans Go Marathon, in which those 2017 CN guys would be like, "Oh my god, not again. Cartoon Network, you are improving." Okay, let's be fair here. They haven't done a Teen Titans Go Marathon for a long time, so I think they should deserve a pass this time. And besides, they're only airing the show for an hour every weekday, like maybe 2 hours on Saturday. That's a lot, but it's okay. And literally 0 times on Sunday. So it's like, why would you complain about that? Anyways, and then lastly, we get an hour of regular show. And then Toonami Rewind. I do not want to get on that again. And then for Checkered Past standards, we get Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy for an hour, and Courage the Cowardly Dog, which makes an epic return. Now, I have good news and bad news. The good news is I'm happy to see the show back, even after like a month and a half of it not showing. And the bad news is they had to replace Ed, Edd and Eddy, which I think I've stated this before, but I think the change they made with them putting Ed, Edd and Eddy back on Checkered Past was just ridiculous. I had to mute, sorry. Because they pretty much just showed it for 2 weeks and then they just took it off with Courage. And I can understand though. I mean, these shows are Halloween-based shows for October, which they're accurate. They are painfully accurate. Not just that, but they're accurate for Adult Swim. So what, after this month, are they going to place in Dexter's Laboratory and Ed, Edd and Eddy? I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I'm going to call it right now. And of course, on Monday, I can't show it here because it's not confirmed. They still have Cartoon Planet at 6, which is cool. Now, I'm not sure if I should say this now, but I guess I could, just for extra things to talk about. But with the Cartoonito block rotating every now and then with their shows, I think they should do that for Checkered Past. So, like, you can have a starter show, whether it's Billy and Mandy, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dexter's Lab, whatever. And then this hour can be, like, let's say Monday it's Cartoon Planet. Tuesday is Courage the Cowardly Dog. Wednesday it's Cow and Chicken. And Thursday it's Samurai Jack. Something like that. That's just an example. And then this can last for like a couple weeks or a week or something. And then like this 5 p.m. show can change every like couple weeks, and then these can just keep rotating. Just a way to keep yourself fresh, because I do think showing like 2 or 3 main franchises for a week is ridiculous. At least they were aware about the Monday thing, so they did decide to spice things up, which is good. But I don't think it's that good enough. Okay, so now let's go ahead and show you what they're going to be doing on here. And I pretty much kept you guys waiting, so I'll keep it right here. And they just appeared. Oops. Well, you guys seen the shows already, so I don't think I need to do like a drum roll or anything. So here you go. They're having here Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? On Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network. Yep. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You're back on Cartoon Network. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? The oldest show to return. Not gonna lie, but yep, that's true. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You is actually back on Cartoon Network, and it's gonna show in the next 4 minutes. Yeah. That's just so freaking cool to see. So even though it's clearly here on Boomerang, you can find it on the main channel too. Yeah. And I know it's only going to be for this month, but hey, just to see a show this old on the main channel is a freaking accomplishment. Not just that, but it's just so freaking cool to see. And then we even get the Scooby-Doo show and What's New Scooby-Doo, which actually returned from last year, which is cool, aired earlier, and then Be Cool Scooby-Doo. Then we get Teen Titans Go for an hour, Gumball for an hour and a half, and then regular show. So it's like, even though they're having the marathon of Teen Titans Go, they're still able to end at 4 to show regular show, which is very extremely nice for Michael O'Whelan. It's like I thought they were gonna eat up the regular show times too for at least that day, but they didn't. So that's really nice of them. Okay, now let's go to weekends. Now this is the part where I'm gonna tell you how I would improve, because there are some good changes here, but I feel like there should be some more stuff to be added. So let's see. We get regular show for an hour, Gumball for 2 hours, Teen Titans Go, Jellystone, more Teen Titans Go, Gumball, which now moves up its hour, which is good, the Looney Tunes show for an hour, Tom and Jerry Tales on Cartoon Network. And even though the show is currently on Boomerang on weekends, I think it's really cool to see the show air on the main channel. So it's like Sam Vincent comes back to Cartoon Network after, I think, Baby Looney Tunes from last year. Alright, that's cool. Even though it's not Ed, Edd and Eddy, at least one of his shows is back on the main channel. Yeah. So that's on for an hour at 1:30. Then we get What's New Scooby-Doo on Saturday, which is cool. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep this on. Like, come on. They have Scooby-Doo and Guess Who and Be Cool Scooby-Doo showing on weekdays, even before the Scoobtober thing. But, so yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep this on Saturday. And then we get a movie after that. So that's Saturday. Now here comes Sunday. So, and prior to this schedule, they actually had an hour of Adventure Time here, in which it's cool that they gave it an extra hour, but that could have been on Saturday. But at least they made up a little bit, so it's kind of cool. Anyways, here's Be Cool Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo or Are You, The Scooby-Doo Show, Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo, which is a movie, Wabbit, The Looney Tunes Show, The Tom and Jerry Show, Tiny Toons University, Total Drama Island, the reboot, Adventure Time, and regular show. So Saturday is still looking good. And have you noticed something? The Amazing World of Gumball is off. That is crazy. So they're finally taking this day as a break of the show. That's just cool. Now, if they decide to change this up after Scoobtober, in which they will, I'm sure they will, maybe instead of having this be Adventure Time, they could put in, like, Uncle Grandpa, and then 7, they can have Apple and Onion, and then 8, they can keep the Scooby-Doo show. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. I'm predicting it, because they had it for a while now. But that's it for Sundays, how I would like to improve it. Now, let's see. Now I'm going to tell you how I would improve on Saturdays. So regular show definitely stays. Gumball here, replace with Adventure Time. And then keep Gumball here, of course. This is new episodes of Teen Titans Go, so this can stay. Jellystone can stay there. Maybe put in another half hour of Jellystone after, and then keep that hour. Now, I must say something about this Gumball hour. Before, they would have like half an hour, then they would have an hour and a half of the Looney Tunes show, and then like another half hour. But the way they moved it up, replaced half an hour of the Looney Tunes show with more Gummy Ball, I loved that. That was such a great change. So yeah, Looney Tunes show can stay there. Actually, Since they're very fond of having Tom and Jerry tales on Saturdays, I think they should replace this hour of Gumball with Baby Looney Tunes. I doubt that's going to happen, but that'd be dope if it did. So that can be that. Then Looney Tunes Show, Tom and Jerry tales. Pretty much the rest of this can stay. Let's do Scooby-Doo. I'm fine with the rest of this. Okay, that's it with Cartoon Network. Well, not entirely, because I will make another follow-up video discussing more things. So stay tuned for that. So lastly, we're going to go to Game Show Network. Let's get this prepared first. Oops. I really gotta stop doing that. It's like I was so focused on that. I should have done it from 3 a.m., but whatever. Okay, so we get, for weekdays, we get Match Game, Chain Reaction, Catch 21, and in case you weren't paying attention, they actually brought back Cash Cab on weekdays. Yep. Ben Bailey and his famous yellow taxi cab is finally back on weekdays. And yeah, I say welcome back to weekdays because they actually did air on weekdays before, like in 2017, which is cool. Very cool. So yeah, Cash Cab is back, replacing Person, Place, or Thing in 25 words or less, which is a good change. Then we get Pyramid, which takes out People Puzzler, unfortunately. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Deal or No Deal, More Match Game, Wheel of Fortune, Masterminds, Split Second, New Chain Reaction, Switch, Beat the Bridge, Match Game with Thomas the Tank Engine narrator, Alec Baldwin. The engines on the island of Sodor were happy to watch Match Game with Alec Baldwin. Oh man. Flip Side, more Split Second, Press Your Luck, more Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, America Says, more Flip Side, and People Puzzler. So that's weekdays. Now weekends actually did change up a little bit more, so let's take a look. We get 3 hours of America Says, 25 words or less, which is now weekend exclusives, Common Knowledge, which is still on, Split Second, Cash Cab, Beat the Bridge, Family Feud, Switch, more Split Second, Card Sharks, and we get The Chase. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, it's the old Chase with Brooke Burns and Mark Labette. Well, guess what? It is not. Yeah, and as you can see, Sarah Haynes hosts the show. It would have been much more cooler if it was the older version, but I guess it's okay since Mark Labette is still in the show, so, and Ken Jennings too, so I guess it's fine, but they could have just done the older version. Then we get Family Feud, People Puzzler, and more Family Feud. So, good schedules. They still have the same amount of shows and stuffs. So, now I'm going to tell you how I would improve on these schedules. So, we get Match Game. I don't know. I guess I can keep this. It's fine. An old version of Chain Reaction. I mean, I guess it's okay if they keep it too. Like, both versions of Chain Reaction, that's fine. I don't know if I should count those as two different shows, but I mean, this one says you can win $25,000. The newer one said you can win up to over $10,000 if you win. So, yeah, I don't know. Catch 21 can stay here. Cash Cab can stay. That's a good addition. Pyramid can stay here, I guess. The old shows are going to stay here for sure. Wheel of Fortune, how about replace this with People Puzzler? And then maybe replace this half hour of Split Second. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe this half hour. Replace this with Switch or something. And then most of this stuff can stay here. I actually don't mind Flipside being here because they're showing new episodes on the channel. New to the channel episodes. This stuff can stay as well. I still don't like how Family Feud's airing a lot. Maybe they should replace some hours, like maybe an hour or something, with something else. Not sure what they could replace it with, but they should take out an hour with something else. An hour or two would be okay. I really don't like how they replaced America Says with Flipside. They should replace it with another half hour of this. I just found that kind of ridiculous. And then, of course, the rest of this can stay. Now, weekends, I think I have done prior. No, because I have some more changes I wouldn't mind doing. So these 2 hours of America Says can stay because, come on, they're literally the only times they have it. This hour could be replaced with People Puzzler. This whole block thing can stay. Unless they should replace this. Oh, I've thought of this for a while. They should replace this hour. Okay, split second's fine here. This should be split second too. This hour of Cash Cab can stay. I suppose I can keep these 2 hours of Family Feud, but maybe replace an hour with... I don't know. Maybe something like Flipside or any other original they want to add on. Then an hour of Switch would be here. Card Sharks, Chase, yeah, those can stay. Maybe replace this hour with the older Chase. That'd be nice. And then either they could keep this hour of People Puzzler or replace it with America Says. Or better yet, replace this hour with America Says and then have People Puzzler here, because we could use more of a break from Family Feud, Game Show Network. Like, I get it. It's your most aired show. I mean, yeah, it's your most aired show, and it's your most popular show, but we could use some more variety. But I still like this. This is still 11 shows, but weekends could still use a little more. I'm really glad they're taking off America Says, even though they don't really care about the show too much anymore. But I'd say it's still cool. I mean, it does air in the morning for 3 hours, so yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's it with Game Show Network.
Well, kiddies, this video's going on for pretty long. But don't worry, Spencer R will be back again with talking about more stuff for Cartoon Network. So, in the meantime, make sure you give this a like, give this video grave reviews, and be a part of my subscriptions. And make sure you don't jump ahead of this video.
Wow, that was creepy. Alright, see you guys soon. Bye-bye.